All right, I want to ask Willie Mays and Stretch a question. Make sure that they get a chance to say something about Barry Bonds. So Stretch, when you watched Barry, what was it about his game, other than the fact that he hit the ball over the wall, that you enjoyed watching so much?
Well, you know, I admired a lot of hitters. I learned a lot from Ted Williams, who calls himself the greatest hitter that ever lived. But believe me, the guy that is the greatest hitter ever lived is number 25, Barry Bonds.
Thanks, Stretch. Willie. We have to be really proud. This is a day where Barry Bonds is being honored, and we are hoping that down the road he's going to be honored even more. What would you like to say about your guts on Barry Bonds?
First of all, I had him when he was 5 years old, so Pat gave it to me already. I didn't have nothing to do with it, but she gave it to me. At 5 years old, when I had him in San Francisco here, he wanted to sign with the Giants when he was about 10 or 15. And I said, no. He said, why not? I said, you got to go get your education. That's important. He said, no, I don't have money for that. I said, you just go. We'll get you in if we have to fight. So he went down to Arizona, and he did a good job in 4 years. And Peter can contest to this. When they called Barry, he was so happy. He called me and says, I'm in. And I know what he's talking about. I said, in where are you, man? He says, I'm coming home. And I said, Peter called me and says, we're going to get him tomorrow. And I thought it was a very good gesture, because every time he goes over 10 or over 5, I get a phone call. Be at the batting cage tomorrow morning. And I'm saying to him, well, I'm not playing. What the hell I'm worried about the batting cage for? But that's just the way he is. He's a wonderful kid. I try to hold him down, but he holds me down because he's so strong, I can't get up. So he's one of those kids that all you have to do is give him love, he'll give it back to you twice.
And he's done that to all of us here as a great baseball player.
Let's go back to a couple of audio clips. We go back to 2001 when he hit home runs number 71 and 72. Let's listen.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bond swings, and there it is to right center field. Way back to the black holes. He did it. Bonds did it. Barry Bonds is the new king on the home run world. He has hit 71.
Here's the pitch. Bonds, it's a high drive. Center field. This one is way back, and it is out of here. He's done it again. Number 72.
Have his mom, Pat, with us here today, and his family. It's an honor to know now that Barry is also working for the Giants, just as his godfather is. And we hope that will be the case for a long time. I'd like to leave you with one last impression of Barry, a side of him that gets very little attention. In August '94, the Giants played a game to raise money for AIDS research. It was the last game of the season as baseball went on strike next day, a strike that resulted in the cancellation of the World Series. All the Giants wore the red ribbon, and Barry led his team on the field. It was a time when there were terrible misconceptions about this awful disease. Many people believed that you could catch AIDS by touching someone who already had the disease. So when Barry put his arms around two infected little children, one black, one white, it sent a very powerful message. The game was totally sold out, 57,000 people, but it was also nationally televised. And the TV commentator said when the game was over that this was the most significant game of the 1994 season. I was very proud of Barry that day 24 years ago, and I'm very proud of him today. Thank you.
That one's high, deep right field. This has a chance. Gone! Home run, Barry Bonds. First at bat before the new hometown fans. And they want to see Barry again.
Now it's an honor to introduce Kirk Reeder and Rich Aurilla to say a few words about their teammate Barry Bonds. Gentlemen, come on up.
I'll go first. I just got a quick thing to say. Can you hear me? I'm not going to bore you with all the numbers. They gave you all the numbers that there is. I'd just like to thank the Giants, the organization, top to bottom, best organization. I live close to St. Louis, and they always try and say they got the best fans and the best organization, but I don't think they got you guys beat at all. So the Giants do it right from top to bottom. So I want to say thanks to them. Barry, three things. I won't, like I said, numbers. Everybody knows his numbers, but what he did for the city, the organization, building this park, he made baseball an event. It's like a spectacle. Nobody would go get a hot dog if Barry was coming up to hit in that inning. And that's hard to do in baseball because it's kind of a slow-moving sport. But I guarantee you nobody left when he was coming to hit because you never knew if you were going to see something that you hadn't seen or you may never see again. And so for you guys, I think that was a thrill. As a teammate, I always checked the lineup card every time I came in that I was pitching that day to see if he was in the lineup because I knew I'd have a pretty good chance to win if he was in, and obviously he hit 77 home runs, so thanks for that, B. So as a teammate, unbelievable. When I came here, when Saves brought me over in '96, we weren't very good, but I'm a big sports fan, and I know when you got the best player in your sport, that you probably got a pretty good chance. So I knew in '97, I was thinking, why can't we win? We got the best player in baseball. So it always gave me confidence when I was on this team that we could win. And I think we proved that from the '97 when I got here, and Barry proved it before I got here. But it always gave me that confidence. So thanks for that, B. And lastly, I've got to thank him one more time because a funny thing, I told him before he came out here that my wife and I were trying to have a baby, and he told Carla something on a plane ride somewhere we were going on a trip, and it worked. So my daughter just turned 17 a little bit ago. So thanks for that too, Pete. The next time that I come to one of these ceremonies, though, I hope it is at Cooperstown, because that's where he belongs. Thank you.
It's hard not to smile when Woody's around. Well, Giants organization, thanks for having us all out here today. It was my honor to play with Barry for 10 years. And my first encounter with Barry, though, and Kruk and Kipe will probably remember this, I get called up in September of '95 as a September call-up. Don't really play much for about 3 weeks, and then I get to start the last 3 or 4 games of the season in Colorado. Get off to a great start. I'm doing great. I'm so happy for myself. And then next to the last game of the year, there's a pop-up down the left field line. I'm yelling, I got it. He's yelling, he's got it. Nobody hears each other. And boom, his chin hits the top of my head. We both go down. And I get up and turn around. All the trainers are running out. They ran right past me. And I turn around and Barry's laying there on the ground, just holding his chin. He bit his tongue. And ever since that point, I think we've been friends. So, but like Woody said, the numbers speak for themselves. We don't need to hear the numbers, but anytime your name is mentioned in the same breath, and not only for Giants baseball, but in baseball in general, with guys like Mays, McCovey, Cepeda, Marichal, Aaron, anytime those words are spoken, you know that there's something special with this person. and the type of player he was. So, you know, I just think back to 2001 when you're chasing the home run record, the single season record. And we had a series at the end of the year in Houston. And there was a game, we were still in the pennant race, and I hit a ball down the left field line, and I stretched it into a double. And that was the year I was hitting in front of Barry. And we had the lead at the time, and they walked him, the next hitter, and then whoever was up next made an out. And after the inning, I was giving my helmet to the third base coach, and I went up to B and I said, "Hey man, sorry, you know, you're one away from getting this record. We got this game in hand, and I should have just held up at first." And he's like, no, you shouldn't. Why would you want to play the game the wrong way? You need to go and play the game the right way, and you did the right thing. I'll get my opportunity. And then the next day, he got his opportunity, all right. And that poor rookie threw that fastball twice, and you got the second one. But just as a teammate and as a member of the Giants family, you know, you all see these hashtags or the comment "Forever Giant," and you know, we're all the fans are Forever Giant, just as the players are. And as a person, I want to thank Barry for three things. One, for being so gracious and courteous to my family down through the years. Two, for giving me a front row seat for 10 years to watch the best player I've ever seen and basically watch it from a couple feet away. And the third thing, for just making me a better player, just being in a lineup with you every day and having to, you know, go out and do the job based off of what we were trying to build here, and that was a championship. So congratulations on your day today, and I'm with Woody. Hopefully we'll see this next one in upstate New York pretty soon.